Hey guys, it is Friday. With the weekend coming up, weekend looming. Hope everyone, if you have plans, I hope they're good plans. I hope the weekend is what you would like the weekend to be. For me, Fridays are much the same. It used to be hard for me to explain to people how could your weekends be the same? How could a Saturday be the same as a Tuesday for you? Not that there aren't little differences, you know. My workout's different, but other than that, it is large, and what I might do on a live stream might be different nowadays, thanks to some awesome people, Kat, Lucy, anyone who comes up and sings on a Friday. You guys have brought a little bit of variety to my life. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, when I was caring for my dad, it was built mainly around doctor's appointments, taking my dad to the doctor. Other than that, a day was a day. I woke up early, really early, to do my own personal stuff, meditation, breath work, yoga, my workout, and then I cared for my dad. Hey, Sniper. Hey, Michael. Michael, you got a poem for us today on a Friday? Um, After my dad died, I settled into a very monk lifestyle. A few of us have talked about monasteries and being a monk. Um, Although teaching wise, the monk didn't work out for me the way I thought it might at one time. I fell into a very monk like existence. Hey, Super Champion. Michael says, not today. It's not too late. Hey, Lee. Hope you're having a good day. To a large extent, I very much enjoy it. The reason my days are the same because I love the routine of it. Uh, Spiritually speaking, I could say that I thrive on it for the most part. However, you know, how yoga can be and Buddhism can be a very inward driven uh, practice. Course in Miracles is both inwards and outwards. Course in Miracles is based upon changing our special relationships that are based upon condition, into holy relationships that are based upon nothing other than the innate holiness found within each of us. So at a certain point, you need to bump into people, sometimes quite literally. Privet super. What's that mean, sucker? Oh, Michael says he was busy working on some other stuff. Gotcha. Hey, Jace. How are you? What's your plans for the weekend, Jace? Um, hey, Lee, you want to come up and sing a song or read a poem? Hold on, Russian. Gotcha. Thanks, sucker. Um, as well, I've started thinking differently about different things and different people that fall on the full monk might not be um, might not be 100% permanent. It has brought me great joy. It has also damaged relationships, sadly speaking. But life is ever changing, ever flexible. You never know. Um, I might not always wake up at 2:30 and meditate. Hippie says, Yogi, would you be willing to learn Russian with me? Man, let me finish learning English and I'll see what I can do with Russian. Hi, Anna. Anna, newest member. Thank you so much, Anna. I very much appreciate that. Hey, Anna, I have news. And Sniper, I have news. My total for today was 108. So I got 31 with my right. I went back and counted. 31 with my right, 32 with my left. Happy with that left. It was 21 long cycle, 3 minutes, 24 jerks in 3 minutes, and in a 4-minute set of snatches, I got 31 and 32 for 108 total, which is a PR by 2 reps, I believe, as well as Cypress. It's a pretty awesome number to get. Just says Danny. Hey, Danny. Dennis says, "That is super champion." Lisa says, "Hey, Danny." Lisa's, "Yogi, congrats." Thanks, Lee. I appreciate that. I could not have done it without the people watching, that's for sure. When you do it, it's like a competition in the best way possible. You're not trying to beat anyone. You're not even trying to beat yourself. You're trying to get the best out of yourself in that given day. Had I gotten 100, thank you, Anna. Had I gotten 106, that would have been the best. That would have been the best that I could do that day, and I'd be perfectly happy. I don't bemoan on what I can't do on a given day. You know what I mean? It's the best that you have in you now that counts. Not the best that I did yesterday, not the best that I might do on another day, the best that I have right now. Hey, Dennis. Dennis says, "Man, where's that straw hat? I wish I knew. I don't know where it is. I was hoping to see you in it. I got to tell you something. Despite appearances, straw hats aren't very comfortable. What legend do we have there? Oh, we got Spanish. I do recognize Spanish. If anyone knows a good deal on straw hats, let me know. I'll get another one." This is Eric. I'm off on a small trip this weekend. Zena is off to see Uncle Skits. Nice, awesome. When are you gonna leave, Skit? We slow down. When are you gonna leave, Jace? He says, "Anna, you are so loyal and big inspiration, and co-traded to Yogi, Jace, etc. Um, drive them to get harder." That's truly, as well, and his own workouts every morning. Zipper says, "Doggy daycare, Skits, epic." Danny, how are you doing today? We had a heat warning today, Danny, down here. Got up to about 97, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to once again agree with Lee. Anna is the best of the best. Senor Yogi, tu comprendes Croyo habla? I do not understand Spanish. I guess I could piece some of it together. Milka was a Spanish linguist before she used to always try to get me to learn Spanish. Then she was switched over to Somali, I guess because they both began with an S. To figure, hey, you can speak Spanish, you could probably speak Somali, right? And then they took out of Somali during the height of the Iraq War and sent her over there as a data analysis. We trained her. I felt bad when she was 15 years in. She asked me what I thought. Should she stay in, get 20 years retirement? And I said, well, things are escalating in the Middle East. What are the chances of you getting sent over? And she said, if they send me over, she was still a Somali linguist. If they send me, or I'm sorry, Spanish. If they send me over, a Spanish linguist, to Iraq or Afghanistan, we're in trouble. That means we're shorthanded, that we're sending everyone. I said, well, then if you think you're not going to have to go, he said, okay, there's always a chance you're in the military, but it doesn't seem likely. 2 years later, retrained her. Then it says the on Espanol I speak is the bad stuff with a little bit of the beginner stuff. This is muchas gracias. I mean, some you can piece together because it resembles English, right? Okay, I'll stop speaking Spanish. You can speak Spanish. I don't care. It's probably good for the brain for me to be able to look things up. Hey, Kat. Kat says hi, Yogi. Hi, Kat. Kat, how was your work day? Jace says, Anna, you I may not realize, but you provide a level of comfort and motivation every single stream. Thank you. Jace, if she had not realized that before, thanks for saying that. You know what? Kat gives us a thumbs up. I hope we always take the time to let the people here and in our own live streams how much they mean to us. Jace is super. I'm learning at 51. You're never too old. Unless you're 60. Super Champion says, Yogi, would you like to know what I said in early Spanish comments in Spanish? Sure. Danny says, Yogi, it was 94 and it felt like 104, but now it's cooled down to 78. Got a little bit of rain. We haven't gotten any rain, but they said it might rain this afternoon, later this afternoon. It's getting close to evening now. Kat says, I love you, Yogi, and I love you all. I love you too, Kat. And you know what? I love everyone here too. Bios Candidos, amigo. Jeppy says, Senor Jace, to esta muy incredible determination. Jace, very determined, incredible determination. Much respect to you, mucho. Much, a little bit. Dennis says, Anna simply says, how to speak Spanish, 10 minutes. I'm not clicking on it, Sniper. I am not clicking on it. I'm going to let some other sucker, I'm going to let some other person click on it. I always say, it's not going to get me again. Let's see. Champion says, okay, at first, I said, finish to learn English. You're perfectly fluent in the English language. I wouldn't say I'm fluent. I wouldn't say I'm perfect. I would say maybe I stumble through fairly well. Jace says, well, he's getting this quick. Took me a while. Jace. Did you click on it? Sniper acting all innocent. Jace took one for the team. I always think, this time he's serious. 9 times out of 10, I give Sniper the benefit of the doubt. I think this time he's going to be serious. Today I was like, nope, not going to go for it. Hey, Honorable Mrs. Winfield, age is just a number. It's like saying prison is just a place. You know what? I sort of agree with that. I can do at 60, I can do everything I could at 50, and pretty much everything I could do at 40. However, I don't recover as quick. I still recover pretty quick. I still work out every day. I still work out hard. I could still train and run an ultra race if I wanted pretty quickly. I could do a 50K in a month worth of training. I could do 50 in about 3 or 4 months. I could do 100 in about 6 months of training. But it takes me a little bit longer to recover from that, especially when I do 100 or a 24-hour race. It was making up for that sleep deficit. It would take me 2 weeks. He says, Yogi, you're in your swing 60s now, and those kettlebell swings. It's a good point there, Lee. Jay says, so you hard, Aaron Cardi 2025? I'm not. I almost said I'm not going to touch that, but then that sounded wrong just saying it out loud. It sounded wrong just thinking that. Then he says, Jason, are you going to sing a song for Yogi that makes him smile? It's a good question. Are you? Danny waves at the Honorable Mrs. Winthorpe. That's a good name. Winthrop. Winthrop. My weights in the kettlebells aren't quite as heavy, but a lot of that is because, one, I've been out of kettlebell sport for 15 years, maybe even longer. Two, not to do with age, but Shirley. Well, now we're just going to drop this subject and we're going to say hi to Shirley. Shirley says, just say, I'm just too tired to type. All right, now we got to have some singing done. This is one of the rare Fridays I haven't had a song picked out. I couldn't think of any. I do have maybe one I might try. So I don't mind rehashing one if there's a particular song that I sang before that you would like me to sing. He says, I appreciate you all been good company. Learned a lot these last few months and some new words. Hey, Lee. I've appreciated you being part of our community. I appreciate you being the community. Hey, somehow when you say being part of our community, this isn't my community. Me le gusta yogi mucho. I got the yogi part. Anna says hi to Shirley. Hi, Shirley. I'm going to keep saying that. It's just nice to have you back. Super Champion says, philosophical question today. What if my best isn't enough? Well, who's doing the measuring? And in the absence of that distinction, in the absence of that measuring, what's your best? If you didn't have a comparison, wouldn't your best be what you did today? If you let go any comparison, when I was doing daily burpees, the bum shoulder that I blew out in 1994, bench press, max attempt. Weight came down on me, shoulder gave out, weight came down on top of me. Spotter did a really bad job. Took a long time to get that weight off of me. Took me a long time to be able to bench again. When there's bursitis in my shoulders, that changes the way my body moves a little bit. Some people notice it when I do, particularly Navy SEALs. And they always give tips. The thing is, I was doing hundreds of burpees every day, recovering happily so. And I would tell people that, they would give me tips to perfect my form, but that's the way I had to do burpees in order to do them pain-free. And I would tell people my form is as impeccable as my body allows it to be. Meaning you work with the body that you have. So your best is what you do today, not in comparison of what you did yesterday, not a comparison of what you would like to do in the future. Let go of all concepts of this, then, and when. And enjoy the day, enjoy the moment, enjoy the lift, enjoy the rep. And then if you're in a competition, which I know you have planned, you go and you do the best with what you have today, with how you prepared. Trust your training, trust your fitness, perform for the day, and then let it go. And then redraw up the battle plans for the next competition. But don't drive yourself crazy. Do not pound your head in an unmovable wall of, I need. I need to be better than I was. I need a better version. I need this, I need that. Train hard, lay it on the line, take your bumps, come back the next day. Hey, JR. Danny says, Yogi, I was sore, so So I put duct tape so I could stop snore. Well, I wish you hadn't used duct tape. Just a little piece of medicinal tape. You guys are going to drive me crazy with this duct tape. What were we talking about today? I already forgot. Yeah, says hi, Lucy. Hey, Lucy. Super Champion says, that hit hard, not going to lie. That does what that means. It is what that means, right? So this is speaking from the vantage point of being 60 with over, well over 40 years. Probably, when I think about it, getting close to 50 years of competition in one thing or another. Lucy says, Cat, love you. And she says hi to Jace. Cat says hi to Danny. So what's it going to be? Anyone going to sing? Next philosophical question. What do you need a bucket list for without a bucket? That's what I said. That's why the first thing on my list is a bucket. Get a bucket. Hey, I wonder if I could sing the old Hank Williams song that Jace referred to. My bucket's got a hole in it. It's been a long time since I thought about that song. Van Morrison did an awesome cover. If you guys aren't familiar with Van Morrison, do so. Maybe you need a bucket list to remind yourself to get a bucket. That's what we were talking about today, buckets. Hey, Mike. Mike says, how you looking, my friend? Hey, Mike. I know you had a hot one when I was in your live stream yesterday. Stephen says, so all I know is about holes in buckets. Super Champion says, but you don't know I'm still standing, better than I ever did, looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. Elton John. He's a big Elton John fan in the 70s. The Elton John album, double album, I believe, Madman Across the Water, was one of my Desert Island albums. You only had 5 albums that you could take with you, and somehow this desert island had a turntable and an electric outlet. These would be the 5 albums that you would listen to over and over again. Mike says, very hot. The only spot I could find cool, I had to share with Nests of Big Ants. Wow. You didn't get bit, did you? I don't think I can sing that. I'm not really good at singing fast songs. I'm much better at droning small songs, short songs, and slow songs. Then he says, I wonder where Skits was. He was coming here. I was on his live. He might still pop in. Hey, Super Champ, because you're not yet 18, although you will be soon, you know what you could do? I put my email in the comment. You could record yourself singing that, and I'll play it here on the live stream. Cat's waving at Mike. Hey guys, are you subscribed to our friend Mike, MVP Fishing? One of my favorite fishing channels. I'm not a singer either. Mike says, super subbed and commented, my friend. Thanks, Mike. I hope everyone reaches out to each other. It's really good to cross. What's the word I'm looking for? Genres. Mike's a hardcore fisherman. As is Sniper, as is Bob, Any Fitness Possible, as is Maddie. Those are all my favorites. Camping says, all right, let me cook. Dennis says, sorry if I missed anything, had a phone call. Nope, nothing big, Dennis. But anyway, if you want to grow your channel, reach out for a different genre than that in your particular interest. Don't just stick with fitness. Don't just stick with fishing. Don't just stick with crafts. Makes for good conversation. You get to know people. You know what? When you get to know people, biases are erased. It's no longer so nice to be on YouTube as opposed to some other forms of social media and have someone ask, am I Democrat? Am I Republican? To have someone say, if you are on this side of the aisle, do you believe this? What about this? What do you think of this? And we get that here sometimes, but we don't really engage in it. We don't engage in that conversation. We just get to know each other and we support each other. Mike says, Dennis, my friend. Dennis says his shorts are real nice too, to Mike. Yeah, they are. Tippett says, funny enough, I'm not a squirrel. But we do have definite proof of that. We've seen him. Campy says, schizo theory, duct tape is Yogi's kryptonite because he's actually from the planet of Ductapia. But when it got exploded, the duct tape became destructive for its ductapane people. All right, that's a theory. Let's call it a working theory. She says, yes, there's a link. I definitely put a link. I don't see the link. I promise you, I swear, I put in a link. I'm not falling for that, Sniper. You're so close. All right, last time I tried this, nothing worked. All right, guys, I'm ending the live stream. I'm going to put the link in. I know I put the link in this time. If you find me, you find me. I'd appreciate it if you did. Mike says, by the way, we just pushed by 2 million views. Awesome. Well done, Mike. And well deserved. Hypothetically speaking, that's exactly why Yogi doesn't like talking about duct tape. I don't mind talking about duct tape for the uses of duct tape. It's not meant for the mouth. All right, guys, I'm ending the live stream. If you'd like to find me, it would be cool. I can't believe that happened again. All right. Let's see what happens, guys. Give me 5 minutes. I would try to do what I did last time, but you know it's not going to work. This is, we'll be back soon. Yes, 5 minutes or less.